Alright, so you can see here how high this brake pedal is compared to the gas pedal, and it is actually quite high, and this isn't even in its right position. So its right position is actually higher. It's about there. So you can see it's quite a difference, and it makes it really uncomfortable to drive because the seat only comes back so far, which it's maxed out, and so you actually have to lift your foot up, your knee way up, and hit it, and it's really uncomfortable to drive. So I'm gonna take this out, and basically there's this switch that goes onto there, and then there's a cotter pin in there, so you pull the cotter pin out, and then there's bolts, a big bolt that runs through the top all the way across from there, that guy there. It runs across to the end here, and I thought if we pull that, take the cotter clip out, it would come out, but it's actually the whole bracket. So it looks like there's a bunch of 10 mils that I'm just going to unscrew. So there's two at the top, it looks like, and then there's one here, one on this other side, and then one at the top, and then one on top over here. So it looks like there's 2, 4, 6 total. So I'm gonna get those out, get this brake pedal out, and then we'll look at fabrication. So I think there's two ways to do it. We can cut it, and then I have another brake pedal that we can modify a little bit to get it the right length and angle. So I think if we bring this back, so instead of it running straight down, it runs down this way and then has that slight bend to get it really 2 or 3 inches. It can sit a little bit higher, but I would probably say 2 inches from the brake pedal would be ideal. So I'll hum on this a little bit, and maybe what I'll do while it's in here is I'll just make something out of a thin metal just to see kind of where generally we'll end up, and then I'll bring you back. Okay guys, so this should give us a pretty rough idea. I'm just aligning from that mounting bracket with this piece of cardboard that I've modified. So if that's straight, then it's gonna end up down here. And that might be a little too much, but if I make this first bend, and then I can come back and just try adjusting it just to get the angle right, because we also got to take into account it comes over. So the lower this is, I think it's going to push it closer to the brake pedal. So we also might have to straighten this out a bit, make it a little straighter, just depending on where we end up. So now I'm going to take it out, and we're going to be doing a lot of test and cut and bend and test and back and forth until we get it exactly where we want it relative to seating position in the car. So now that we got somewhat of a template for our first bend anyways, we can start to make some modifications. Okay, so we got the brake pedal out. You can see it right here, and I've just made a quick mark. I'm just gonna cut a little pie shape out of this guy. Okay, so you can see the pie mark. So I'm just gonna cut it there, bend it, and then we'll test it, and then we'll just keep going back and forth. So okay, we'll go test fit this, and we'll see how it looks. All right, so we're just gonna clean this up a bit, and then we'll weld it up really good. that's that. Let it sit, and then after lunch we'll throw it back in the truck. Okay guys, so the brake pedal is now installed, and yeah, it is way better. Definitely don't recommend, I'm not telling anyone to go and modify their brake pedal, but definitely is going to make a big difference. Just having it that little bit lower just makes it way more comfortable to drive. Yeah, just that little bit down, way comfier. Definitely way comfier. That's the brake pedal modification. Got to pick up a couple switches. Then I can finish putting the interior back together, and that's a wrap. So until next time, see you in the next video.